What's going on, you guys? We got the 2021 Dodge Challenger Scatpack, and I have been wondering for a long time, are these cars overrated? This is my first time driving a Scatpack, and well, this made me think about these cars very differently. Yes, it weighs 4,300 pounds, but it has 485 horsepower, the best infotainment system I have ever used in terms of what it actually has to offer inside of it. And well, this car pulls so hard. It is unbelievable. I'll show you guys what I mean right when we get around this corner here. All right, you guys, we got no one around us here in Mexico. Let's do a launch and see what this thing can do. That'll leave you speechless. That's insane. You would not expect that from a 4,300 pound car at all. This is a monster. All right, you guys, let's hit 60 and do a hard brake test. We got no one around us. Ready? Go. Not too shabby. You can definitely feel the weight of the car just pushing everything forward, but that's acceptable for sure. Let's throw this into track mode and see if that makes much of a difference. Guys, this infotainment system has so many performance metrics. You have 0 to 60, quarter mile. You can see the top speed that this car has ever hit, which by the way is 167 miles an hour. I promise that wasn't me, although I really wish it was. You get horsepower gauges, which, let's pull that up, and it takes normally about an hour and a half to load. So we'll revisit this as soon as we do a few pulls. All right, we got a turn up here. Let's see how this boat handles it. You feel the weight, 4,300 pounds, and this car is so long too. When I pulled it into my driveway, I mean, I don't think I could have fit this in my garage, and it literally took up over half the space in the driveway. This thing is for a special type of person. It's meant to just sit on a straight line and go, and it is very, very fun when you have that. All right, we got the performance page here. Watch this horsepower thing. So cool, so cool. So this car is around $40,000, and wow, you can get a lot of very unique and different cars for this price range. You could get a BMW, which is not going to be as fast as this, but it's so much more fun in the corners, but it won't be as fun as in a straight line as this car. You could get a Mustang GT, that'll sound better. It's a little bit lighter than this, but kind of a similar vibe to this car. You could get a Mercedes, maybe you just like the interior. It's crazy to see how these cars have such unique personalities. I really started to learn that when I created this channel, and I'm hoping to really share this with you guys and give you that perspective of how different cars can be. They really, really do have their own personalities, which is awesome. And what do you guys think about the sound of this? After around 2018 or 2019, they toned down the sound, likely due to some, regulation type thing. And that makes the Mustangs and all that sound far better than this car. But this feels a whole lot different than a Mustang GT. Me personally, if I had to choose either a Challenger, a Charger, a GT, or a Camaro or a Corvette, I'm gonna go between a Corvette and a Mustang GT. And oh my gosh, look at this straight road in Mexico here. Ready? Oh my gosh. And the shifts in this car are much faster than you'd think they are. It's not a dual clutch, but click, done, done. And as soon as you hit that RPM, the red line, it'll do it really quick for you. This is one of the fastest single clutch transmissions automatic transmissions that I've like ever seen. What's also very odd is you get a whine from the front. Not sure if that's due to some maintenance issues. This car is only 43,000 miles. But it gives that like supercharger whine when there's obviously not one up there. It may be very hard to hear it from the GoPro, but I don't know. There's a lot going on with this car, which makes it very cool. You know, I can tell that if you're gonna get an American car, they are not nearly as well made as German cars. That is a fact. Seriously, hop in a BMW or a Porsche, then go to a Dodge or a Mustang, and you will immediately see the difference in how the interior feels, the quality of the interior. There's some kind of weird ticking noises you get from the engine. The reliability, so I've heard, is very fantastic on this car, but just the quality in the make is not anywhere near on the level as it is on German cars. It's quite obvious to me that that's true. But this is a hell of a lot faster than the Porsche and actually the BMW is on this level. This one offers linear power though. The higher the RPMs you go, the faster the car goes, and no denying that that just feels better than a turbo car. Naturally aspirated engines are absolutely amazing. You know, it doesn't feel like as much of a boat as you'd expect it to. I hopped in and thought it would feel like one of those 18-wheelers over there. For some reason, I have that expectation based on what everyone said about this car and also how big it really is. But it's not that bad. Yes, it's not meant for corners whatsoever, but I mean, you could see we can go into corners with decent speed and it's not like I'm genuinely scared. It holds its own pretty well, but yes, I'd much rather be on like this type of road so that we can experience a bunch of awesome straights, because that's what this is built for. If you guys really want me to try to get my hands on a Hellcat, I can do that for you. These videos are, well, let's just say most of them are not very cheap to make, but you know, this is my passion and I absolutely love this. So if you guys really want to see a Hellcat POV and tier video, I am happy to try to do that for you guys. Just let me know. However, you know, a Scatpack, this is enough. It really is enough. I could imagine a Hellcat that is 250, roughly 230, more 215 more horsepower than this one. And I could imagine you're just spinning everywhere. Like probably 80 miles an hour on the interstate. If you just floor it, you're spinning. This is one of the best responding cars ever. Best response to when you hit the throttle. Watch this. I'll hit the throttle in 3, 2, 1. It's ready. Here we go. That is crazy. This is better than the BMW and the Porsche that I drove. I've never seen a car respond that quickly to hitting the throttle. Literally instantaneous. That is a ton of fun. This is the first automatic transmission car I've been in where I don't even feel the need to use paddle shifters. Using them is a ton of fun, but this car knows what you want to do before you even do it. It's insane. I'll hit it in 3, 2, 1. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. And it immediately goes to the lowest gear possible as well. In the BMW I drove, if you hit that throttle, it'll take you a gear too short, or a gear too high rather. And it's just like, dude, I didn't want to go to 3,000 RPM. I wanted to go to like 4.5, 5, or 6. This car knows that, and it does it for you every single time. Absolutely awesome. All right, you guys, let's do a launch. Ready, set, go. This car is a ton of fun. I have always wondered why so many people go so much in debt for Scatpacks and Hellcats, and I have just now got to experience why that is. Wait until you drive one of these, and if you have one, great choice. It's very unique. If you're a track type of person, a cornering type of person, no, this is not for you. Don't bother looking at this car. But if you're someone that just likes the American madness, that should be the definition of the Scat Pack, American madness, because that's what it is. Wow, and it also handles high speeds very, very well. When you're going, 1 mile an hour over the speed limit, or maybe a little bit faster than that, you don't feel like you are. Seriously, this handles speed exceptionally well. It's not scary in any way when you're going fast. Yes, it's a bit scary when you're launching this thing, but it also does have very nice traction control. It won't let you mess up unless you really try. I'm sure you guys are familiar with, Hellcats and Scatpacks being totaled every other day, or even more often than that. That's likely due to very inexperienced drivers getting in this thing after getting out of a 150 horsepower Honda Civic. Yeah, that's a big difference there. But I gotta give it to this car. It's more than just a huge engine stuffed in a box with wheels. It's pretty well put together. I am shocked at how this car is engineered. And what do you guys think about the exterior design of this car? It's definitely kept that Challenger type of heritage, which we have to respect that. It's got a very boxy design. It's definitely gonna be up to your own personal taste. Honestly, myself, not a big fan of how it looks, but it's definitely, a lot of cars don't have that true muscle look, but this one does, and I do like that aspect of it. But the whole thing is just big, it's long, it's boxy, but those big yellow Brembo calipers on this car with the blue paint design, black wheels, this one is spec'd out very, very nicely, I gotta say that. I cannot get over how ready this thing is to go. It does not like when you're going slow. It's like, as soon as you just press that throttle a little bit, boom, 5,000 RPM and you're thrown back in your seat, and this thing is absolutely ripping. Oh, better than a Mustang, Camaro, everything in terms of throttle response and readiness to go. One of the most unique throttle responses I've ever experienced. Watch, I'm gonna hit it in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Can you guys see this? The brakes are a little bit skippy. It vibrates the car. Yes, it stops well, but there you go again with kind of American-made cars. You would never get that out of a German car, but this one, yep, you get that American touch to it, and just the subtle things. The quality of the build is not going to be nearly as good as a German car, but this offers arguably more fun in some areas than a lot of German cars. So yes, obviously I do have this gauge cluster here taped up just in case I go like 1 or 2 miles an hour over. It's always good to be safe. But this is so smooth at high speeds that I literally could not even guess what speed I'm going. Normally in most cars I can. This offers one of the most smooth speed experiences ever. So that guy who hit 167 miles an hour as the top speed in this car, I mean, he probably did it with ease, just rolling at 167 like a normal 2000s car would roll at 70. That is unbelievable.